first time watching this video, I'm Sharon Isaacs, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Today we are going to put everything together that we have done for the last 4 episodes. Now this has taken us probably a period of 2 to 3 months from submitting to land use management until you get to this point where you have to take all your documentation and submit it to ALRU, which stands for Early Learning Resource Unit, and they are the service providers for the Department of Social Development to register your center as a place of instruction. So now you've got your permit from land use management because fire said it's okay, your premises is safe, it's got all the fire prevention devices in place. Health said your building is healthy, there's enough ventilation, your building does not have any mold, and your equipment is sound. And transport said it's safe as far as road use is concerned. Now you take your permit together with the following documents on this checklist that we get from ALRU, and I will read some of it to you. In a file, it is my advice to make 2 files because files get misplaced, documents get misplaced, and to have everything on soft copy so that if there's a document that's missing, you can either email it quickly or you can print another copy. You will have from land use management an approved building plan, and on your building plan will be permit for place of instruction, or it will say place of instruction somewhere on your building plan. Right? Don't be like me who took an approved building plan to ALRU and they said this is not an approved building plan. I said of course it was, because it had a stamp to say that the city had approved it, but it did not say it was a place of instruction. It was designated for residents. So make sure that your building plan says place of instruction. Fire will give you a fire certificate or a fire report that say that you are compliant. It's the same thing. The health department will give you 2 reports. One for your kitchen to say that your kitchen is compliant, and 2 to say it's a quarterly report. You will get your health certificate or your health clearance certificate once DSD gives you the okay. For now, ALRU will have to settle for your report that you get from the health department, your quarterly report, that's what I'm talking about. For your building to say it's sound, it's safe, there's no mold, it's damp, there's enough ventilation and there's enough lighting. And then transport will just put a comment to say it is safe for you, to drop your kids to be dropped off safely, and that there's no congestion in the road as a result of your children being dropped off or picked up. So you take all those documents and then you put it in a file with following documents. This checklist, just follow it as you go down. I'm not going to read all the titles because some of them can just fall under one, like policy. You need to have your staff clearance. You need to be passed as a principal or the owner, and the staff needs to be passed with the child protection register in Pretoria. That takes a couple of months. You have to have somebody at your center needs to be qualified in first aid or have a valid first aid certificate. Somebody at your center must have a valid firefighting certificate. You need to have a business plan. You have to have your policies, like your health policy, your HIV policy, your admission policy. So policies, it's all on your checklist. You have to have a zoning certificate or an annexure. It's the same thing. An annexure or a zoning certificate is a permanent change on your building plan that says you do not have to apply for permit because this is now on your plan permanently to have a place to operate as a place of instruction from your premises, should you wish to do so. You need to have your ECD program registered, and you need to have all the qualifications of yourself and your staff on file. All these documents go into a file, and you make an appointment with ALRU or Grassroots or whoever the service provider is to come and see the ECD worker. Once you get there, they will go through this checklist with you, with your file. And here's an example of one that's already been completed. And you see there's some documents that were missing. You need to get it to them and then it will be updated. You also need to have a copy of your organization registration. NPO, company, whatever your number, you need to have that as well. ALRU may also send out an audit to see what are your qualifications and what are your needs at your center for further training for your staff. And if your staff are unqualified, that maybe there are special programs that they can offer you to get your staff qualified in early childhood development. This episode concludes the chapter 1 of how to register a place of instruction. This is the actual center that was registered. We started at land use management, fire came around, health came around, transport just watched from afar. You took all your yeses that you got through your permit at land use management to DSD, together with your policies, your qualifications, your registrations, and now you submitted it to ALRU. Now the registration and inspection process will take place. DSD will send out an inspector to come and see for themselves physically all the things that are in place according to your checklist. They will make an appointment with you and then walk you through the process. Once that is done, then the waiting game begins. It should take 2 to 3 months before you get a yes answer from the Department of Social Development to say you are now registered ECD for 5 years. In 5 years' time, you need to repeat the process. However, you do not have to apply to land use management again unless something has changed. Did the building structure change? Did you change your venue? The fire department does not have to come out again. The health department will come out every quarter to come and inspect your venue to see that your building is still safe and sound. And transport won't have to come out again unless there is maybe incidences of accidents, but then that is the investigation on themselves. So transport, fire, you won't see them again, but you will see the health officer every 3 to 4 months. If you have any more questions, you can drop a comment below. If you want to see any more of our content, watch this video on the left, and I'll catch you in my next upload where we start chapter 2 of how to register a place of instruction business-wise. Thank you for watching.